How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Rifleman Reviews coming at you today with a more or less a rifle introduction slash mini review. Yeah, we'll just get into it. So this is going to cover my third AK variant rifle that I've ever owned. So my first one that I owned was a Mac 90, Norinco Mac 90, Chinese make. And I owned that back in, I'll say 2008 time frame. And it was a swell rifle, you know, no complaints. It was an AK, you know, did its job, functioned like an AK, it was accurate as an AK should be, you know, like min of man, you know, at greater distances, prints about, you know, 2-3 inches at 100 yards. No complaints there. You know, it is what it is. You know what to expect. Now, my second AK was a Saiga 308 converted with the pistol grip. It was like a 20-inch barrel or something. It was a 21-inch barrel. It had 25-round magazines, you know, SGM. I liked that rifle other than the fact that, you know, it had a 20-inch barrel on it, and I just, for the purpose, I think, of what I, you know, wanted in an AK, I wanted more of a shorter barrel, compact barrel, you know, 16 inches or under, especially in the 308. I think that's great. If this exact rifle came in a 308, a milled 308, with maybe like an adjustable gas block, that would be an excellent concept rifle. I wish a manufacturer would work out, like Arsenal or something. You know, adjustable gas block, 308 that takes like steel 25-round mags, or you know, like the Circle 10 style, but you know, with 308 capability. I see that as the ultimate battle rifle in my mind. And then, you know, like if it had like the RPK style rear sight, so you could adjust the windage on the rear sight, that would be great. But that's a discussion for another time. You know, as far as a perfect concept battle rifle that I have. So let's move into this. This is what I have. This is the Arsenal SAM7R, and it's got the Arsenal 4 or quad rail on it. You know, quad rails are dead, you know, for many purposes, but I like this. It's not overly uncomfortable. I plan to get some ladder rail covers from Magpul just on the bottom, and then these side ones. You got the Streamlight mounted up here on that. You know, yeah, mess up with my lighting. But yeah, this is actually my go-to carbine. You know, if I hear something go bump in the night, I grab my 590 A1, and you know, if that doesn't handle it, you know, if it turns out to be, you know, this is a real situation, I'm gonna go over to my safe and I'm gonna pull out my Arsenal SAM7. And by the way, let's just make this thing a little bit more safe right now. So, and that'll bring into discussion as far as magazines. These are I got these out of AIM Surplus. They're surplus mags, but they're refurbished. I want to say they're Polish variant, and they took some significant work trying to get them to work properly. Not function, but more or less fit in the mag well. There's absolutely no wobble on this rifle, by the way, but they're pretty. I won't say. Yeah, they're pretty sticky, you know, as far as they get in there, they take some work. Now you can do the emergency reloads on them just fine, you know, grab the other mag. I've got 2 of those Polish ones, and then I've got a Magpul Gen 3 with the steel locking lugs. Good mag. I think Magpul didn't go all the way because they should have reinforced the feed lips with steel and maybe parts of the magazine body. Other than that, these are great range mags. Fits great, no wobble, 0 wobble whatsoever. These come out just fine and great too. Let's make I know the chamber's clear. I cleared it before we did this, but I took some high temperature grease from Walmart. Got a big old tub of it for like $5. This stuff, it's red in color, but you know, multi-duty complex grease. Hey, let me know if I did that right. You know, I don't know a whole lot about grease, gun greases and stuff, but this seemed like it would be fine. I hear other people, they get like lithium grease. I don't think this is lithium grease, but you know, it says it's fortified with rust and corrosion inhibitors, excellent resistance to water and washout, formulated for operation under extreme conditions. Seems like it's fine as long as the rifle stays lubricated and rust free. I'm pretty happy. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on utilizing that grease, because I'm just not overly experienced. I use more of an oil mainly with my ARs. I don't use grease on ARs usually. So the only thing I swapped out with this thing so far has been the grip. I got a Magpul AK grip. Feels way better than it. Like the other one felt like a broom handle. It's real thin circumference. I hear that the US Palm is good too, but yeah, this Magpul one fits great. One thing to note though, when you buy it, I actually needed to go find a washer to fit between the actual screw and the receiver. There's a little bit too much length on that screw to where I just needed a washer to finish up or fill that gap, because it was making the grip a little loose. But ever since I got that washer in between the two, it's perfect. Let's see, standard rear sight goes out to graduated out to, I want to say 800 meters. It's got a cold hammer forged barrel, chrome lined with a chrome lined muzzle brake, milled forged receiver. That's one of the things that drew me to this rifle. It's got, I want to say it's got, you know, the forged trunnion and forged bolt and all that, everything, as far as this being the Cadillac of all the AKs you want out there. It's got the little trap door for your cleaning kit, which is absolute garbage, by the way. Let me grab something else real quick out of here. So I bought something else because with the cleaning kit, you get a really cheap side adjustment tool, wannabe kind of, and it bent on me, and that's a real common thing. So I went out, spent the $30, and got this AKF ST from Magnamatic. If that focuses for you. Yeah, it might not. Anyways, Magnamatic AK front sight tool, made in the USA. Fixes all your problems with it. It's kind of expensive, you know. It's like, I want to say 30-40 bucks. I bought it right from their website, but it's worth it. Something to keep in your kit bag. If you're going to go out, you want to keep this on you. But other than that, it fixed the front sight. This sights are pretty well aligned, I'd say, from the factory. But I know I made minor adjustments. I think I made it more to elevation than anything else. As far as accuracy goes, I put, I want to say, a couple different brands of ammunition through. I put Monarch, I believe that's from Academy, and that worked well. I put the Tool ammo through that, and you know, that was okay too. And then I used MFS, which is like a zinc coated ammunition. That was actually the most accurate I noticed as far as shooting tight groups. At 100 yards, that was the most accurate. I used the graduation for 300 meters and was able to put hits on target. You know, an actual, this isn't the actual target, but to give you an idea, it's a 12 by 18 silhouette at 300 meters with iron sights. This is a different target, not the one I used. But 300 meters isn't bad. You know, putting hits on that, especially with you know, aside from qualifying once in a while, I can't say that I actually shoot 300 meters with iron sights that often. So hopefully I'll start doing that more. Biggest complaints I have with this rifle would have to be the this, it's threaded right in the front. Let's get closer. It's threaded, but this thing has a tendency of sticking, and I'm afraid to push it all the way down, because if I do, it probably will get stuck down there. So what I'm going to have to do is push this pin out, I think, unthread the muzzle, just because I want to see if I can unthread it, because this thing looks like it, you know, it seems really stuck for some reason. And I know there's another YouTuber on there who reported kind of the same issue. So I just want to see if I can knock that out. Maybe clean up the inside of this chamber in here, this hole. See if there's any gunk in there that's keeping the spring from doing its job properly. But yeah, it's definitely gets stuck, and I don't want to push on it right now because I know it will get stuck down there. But other than that, you know, swapping out the grip, that was something that was kind of a must. Oh yeah, so need to get, you know, it's got a heavy gauge desk cover. Some upgrades I'm looking at getting would be like an AK retainer plate to hold down the trigger pins. This comes with like a little paper clip, is what people call it. I think for the price you pay, you know, for an AK of this caliber or this quality, you should get something a little bit better, I think. But that's okay. You know, it's only a couple dollars. But I think something to know is just, even though this is still an AK-47, you know, and it's a high dollar one, you know, over $1,000, I can guarantee you'll probably pay that. If you don't, you'll consider yourself blessed. It'll probably be in the $1,200 range at least. It still has some work, you know. I like to change out the stock maybe sometime. You know, the AK Operator Union mentioned it kind of has, they have like a M-LOK style, more thinner profile handguard. I might do that at some point in the future. And then something I don't like about it is like this this spot right here where you connect your sling on the front point sling attachment. It digs right into the aluminum of the handguard, especially when you're carrying it. And I don't like do missions or anything like that. Like I don't carry this on, you know, a long mission, so I don't know how this will hold up if you did do something like that. And it's just damaging the rail, more or less. But you know, I'm not overly concerned about it. It's an AK that I plan on hanging on to, probably refinishing at some time. Yeah, this seems to be holding up pretty well. I only have a couple hundred rounds through it. I don't keep meticulous records on how many rounds through it because I clean my AKs after each range trip. So, you know, I just monitor the wear on them as I go. I don't keep track on, you know, how many actual rounds I put down range. I like that it comes with a cleaning rod, you know, works out. It's kind of nice having tools that you can use in the field if you needed it. So biggest complaint is that front spring-loaded retainer right there. The grip, kind of the stock isn't that great, and then the little hook, the little shepherd's hook, I think is what they call them, to hold the trigger pins in place. And the finish isn't that great on it either. Actually, it's kind of like a paint. So you know, spend an extra $150 in the future when you got to cross that path and just get the finish redone on it. Eventually want to get a RPK style rear sight for windage adjustments. Just make it a little bit easier so I don't have to keep cranking on the front sight post all the time. Mainly just focus on that for wind or for elevation. But it'd be nice, you know, it gives you more options. I think I can pick one of those up for another 80 bucks. None of this stuff I need to have right away. It's a perfectly capable rifle, high quality, milled, very, very, very durable. Minus the finish, of course. The action is very smooth. There's one little spot where it hangs up on that hammer, but I know it's going to work itself out with some rounds down range. So, yep. So that's great. You're not going to win any accuracy competitions with this thing, but you know, I consider this a 300 yards and in type platform. You know, I think it'll really shine within probably, you know, 150 yards. I think, you know, with 30, 40 round mags, I want to pick up a Circle 10 magazine, you know, maybe the 40 rounder, just a little extra capacity. Not really interested in the drum mags, to be honest. They're cool, but I don't need them. Probably gonna get like a bore snake to put, you know, in the grip right here. Maybe some batteries. Probably actually more likely a spare battery for the light. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, other than that, it's great. It's got a scope rail here. Wouldn't mind getting one of those 1:6 rails or 1:6 optics that Primary Arms makes. Just for a little bit, you know, a little bit ease at seeing at range at that 300 yard mark. That'd be pretty nice to have some 6 power, especially the ACSS reticle that they make for the 7.62 by 39, and then yeah, get one of those Arsenal mounts, or RS Regulate, I guess, not Arsenal, for the scope rail. I don't know a whole lot about it, but people like or channels like the AK Operators Union sell the combo package already, so I might just go with one of those in the future when I get more funds in. But right now I'm going to focus on the fundamentals of firing with these iron sights, get good with those, and then throw some optics on later. But that's all I have about my Arsenal SAM7. If you have any questions, just send me a comment. I'll do my best to get back to you in time. Give you a range report with some more targets in the near future. Yeah, just let me know what else you want to know about this fine rifle. And yeah, this is Rifleman Review signing off. Make sure you support the Second Amendment, and God bless America.